Welcome to the Ozol Podcast, a safe and supportive place that enables you to dare to embody the woman you've always wanted to be. Do you often find that instead of being an active creator and participant in your life, you just passively observe it? Or worse, you suffer what happens to you? If this is the case, you want to change that and finally take control of your life. Well, then this episode is for you. I share with you the ultimate success formula on how to empower yourself. So that's what we are going to discuss today in this brand new podcast episode. So stay tuned. My name is Dorottya, and I'm a success coach for ambitious women and heart-centered female entrepreneurs. My mission is to help you step into your power, forge your own path, and create a life you're absolutely in love with. The Ozol Podcast is for those who want to reinvent their careers and follow their dreams to achieve more fulfillment and abundance in their professional lives and beyond. Together, we deep dive into topics such as mindset, career, business, and holistic wellness. With each episode, my aim is to empower you to take inspired actions for your professional development and personal growth by giving you the tools and insights that you need to get to your next level. For you to take control of your life, first you need to understand a very important law, one of the universal laws, the law of cause and effect. But what are these universal laws anyway? Actually, it simply means that there are certain laws in the universe according to which the universe itself works. These are the universal laws and they are in constant operation, even if no one can see them. So whether you believe in them or not, whether you are aware of them or not, these laws are always affecting you and your life. And if you apply them consciously, they can make your life easier and bring positive results into your life. Today, we are going to focus on one of them, the so-called law of cause and effect, because this is the key in your ultimate success formula. This law allows you to reflect on yourself and gives you the power to take responsibility for the events of your life and finally become and act as a decision maker to create your definition of success and happiness. So you can already ask yourself, which one are you? Are you creating the outcomes you want to see in your life, or are you just suffering what happens to you? So let's have a closer look at what the law of cause and effect really means. This is often also called the law of effect, counter effect. Its essence can be summed up into one sentence. Whoever sows reaps what he has sown. What does it really mean? Well, this law states that every single action in the universe produces a reaction no matter what. In other words, every decision or cause will produce one or more results, effect. Or in the other way around, if you prefer, every effect or result has an original starting point, a cause. And remember, this is a universal law. So it's always true, no matter what. However, there is one thing that we have no control over in this equation of cause and effect, and this is the time factor that elapses between the two of them. Put differently, we will not be able to define how long it will take for the result to be produced, but we can be sure that it will be produced, okay? So there are some actions, causes, that will produce a result in a matter of weeks or even earlier, but there are also some where it may take months or even years before there is a visible, concrete result coming from that action that has started it all. So we have this equation now, the cause and effect equation, and there is actually a really important thing to understand about, that in fact we choose which side we are on each and every time, often consciously, but mostly unconsciously. So let's see, being on the side of the cause means that we create the results in our lives. If we are on this side, we have a choice. We have the power to decide, but it means also that we are responsible for our choices and whether or not we make them. In fact, I would go even further and say that we are responsible for ourselves and for the way our lives are shaping up. But this side is not always easy, let me get this straight. Sometimes the cause side can be really difficult and painful because we need to take responsibility for certain things that are not easy, because we need to make some difficult choices, some difficult decisions that sometimes can involve sacrifices. But this side also means that I am the one who creates the impact and the results in my life, so I can create the life I want for myself. It means that when I'm at cause, I feel so empowered because I have a choice and I can decide what kind of life I want to live. I can decide to do what I want to do. That's the only way for me to be truly fulfilled and happy in life. It's like I have a steering wheel in my hands, and if I find that I'm not going to the right direction, or if I'm not going to the direction I like or I want, then I'm just going to adjust my course. It's simple as is it. So when we are on this side, on the side of the cause, it means you are not just existing or surviving, but you are alive and you're living your best life. Sounds good, doesn't it? Let's also look at the effect side now. When we are on this side of the equation, we are actually suffering the causes that are happening to us. When we get stuck in a situation or a job or in a feeling, we choose, again, consciously or mostly unconsciously, to stay on the side of the effect. So we are acting like victims of the things happening to us and sufferers of our own lives. We then often use phrases like, I want to do this or that, but, or but, or I have to, or even phrases like because of this or that. To give you an example of this side of the law, let's say there is a woman who doesn't like her job and this situation makes her stressed out and unhappy, okay? So in this situation, the cause is the job and the effect on the person is the stress and unhappiness. So the woman actually suffers the effect of the job on herself, right? In this case, if the person doesn't initiate a change, well then she is in a role of a victim in her own life. Does this make sense to you? What is also typical when we are on this side, we are often, very often, stuck in it, stuck in certain situation, and although the situation doesn't necessarily brings us happiness and joy, we stay in it. It can be unconscious, but sometimes it's just more comfortable to stay in that than change, because we don't need to take responsibility for that. We can blame others, we can blame the situation. Usually, in this case, we don't really realize how much power we have inside of us. We don't see that we are really capable of so much more. Many times we don't even dare to think or believe how much we are capable of achieving and accomplishing. I'm sure that right now you see that the key of your success is moving from the effect to the cause side in life and operating from that position. So I would love you to reflect a little bit on your life and identify which side are you on, the cause or the effect. Ask ask yourself, in which areas of your life are you more on this or that side? Usually we can say that if there is an area of life or a career that isn't working for you, it's likely that you are being at the effect of something or someone. If you feel like in some areas you are on the affect side, well, then I invite you to do a little exercise with me, okay? So first of all, write down all the situations, relationships, or emotions you have experienced where you feel that you are not in control, where you feel trapped and stuck. Then I want you to write down the situations, relations, emotions that you want to experience and want to have instead. And ask yourself the following questions. What is preventing you from creating those results that you've just described? What is actually stopping you from getting the results that you want? What decisions do you need to make, or what responsibilities do you need to take on? And concretely, what actions or steps do you need to take to get where you want? And remember, you can decide what part of the equation you want to live your life by. So I hope that this was useful for you. And if you like this podcast, please don't hesitate to share it or rate it with 5 stars on iTunes. Also, you can leave me a little like or simply a nice comment. I would really appreciate that. Until then, see you in the next episode. Take care.